Good morning, class. Welcome to Science PT School. This is your science class, and in previous class, we were at the chapter number 2. So, all the students are requested to take out your books and take out page number 15. So in last class we discussed the topic about the cellular structure that all the living organism. This is the very important characteristic that all the living organism are made up of cellular structure, cell, and different types of organism are having different number of cells, and some are unicellular also, which has only single set like paramecium and amoeba, and most of the living organism are multicellular. Okay, so we covered all this topic, and now today we are going to start with a new topic that is useful living things. So let's start reading. Plants are used for household as well as industrial purpose. For example, fenugreek and potato, okra, apple, banana are used as a food, while vasaka like I'm so sorry, hirada, beharda, asparagus are used as a medicine. Okay, so these all are herbs which is usually used as, this is also known as the medicinal plant. So okay, you will find out different types of medicinal plant in world. Okay, now most of the people used to these medicinal plant very naturally uh, on their wound or for any like any disease. But what happened, like our scientists used all these medicinal plant for making the medicines. Okay, and not only the plants, animals are also useful. Some animals are also useful, like very common pets. Dogs are used as a pets at their house. Animals are also useful. Dogs, cats, cows, buffaloes are kept for domestic uses. Fish, sheep, fowl are used as a food, while animals like horses, oxen, camel prove useful in a various occupation. The earthworm is very useful in agriculture. So these all are the useful of living things. Okay, harmful living things. Okay, so some living things are also like which is harmful for us. Okay, I think I have also covered this topic also, but it's okay. Some animals and the plants around us are harmful to man. For example, mosquitoes and flies spread disease. Cockroaches, mice, rats destroy our food. Lice sticks also spread disease. The bites of some poisonous lizards, spiders, snakes may cause to the death also. Scorpions can even cause the death. If wild elephants enter human settlements, they cause a lots of destruction. Some plants too can be harmful, as for example, the dodder, parathenium, and other weeds. Like some animals are very harmful, but in the same way, some plants are also harmful. Very common example, the Datura plant is poisonous in nature, and uncontrolled growth of fungi and algae it pollutes our water. You will might be known aware about the what is algae and algae and fungi. It's a type of plant, very small types of plant which used to grow usually on the water layer, and it like cause our water infects it, it turns our water infected, and it is not for good for our health. Uncontrolled growth of fungi and algae in the water pollutes drinking water and may cause the spread of disease. Wild animals that hunt other animals for food are called predators. For example, tigers, lions, wolves, leopards. Sometimes, due to deforestation, such animals enter human settlement in search of food, may kill domestic animals or people. Okay, so these wild animals are only like we only like to see these wild animals in our zoo only. We don't like to see wild animals like around us. What happen if we want to see the wild animals around us? They will try to eat us only. So yes, wild animals are only looking goods in a zoo. Okay, if it will come, what happen? It will disturb our human settlement. Now you will see the block here written always remember. Always remember, let's see what is this. Many plants and animals in nature satisfy our needs. The use of such plants and animals should be restricted only to our needs. We should not pluck leaves, flowers, and fruit unnecessarily. Animals should not be hunted. They should not be teased just for fun. It is responsibility and duty of all us to protect the plant and animals. Okay, so what they is trying to say that as we have studied that some plants and some animals are very useful to us. So what we should do, we should conserve all those plants and animals. We should not like pluck those flowers or leaves just for fun. And like it is very, some plants and flowers are very important to us. Some flowers are also looking very good and beautiful in your garden, so don't pluck like unuseful way. And also then don't, no need to hunt the animals, because animals like some animals are also very useful to us. And even the wild animals, we also like feel very happy to see the wild animals, right? So if no none of the wild animals will be on the land, whom we will like to see, for example dinosaur, it is already extincted. So it means like we are not able to see, but we are eager to see the dinosaur, right? We want to see the dinosaur, but it is not no more. So if we will hunt the tiger, lion, like every time, what happened, they will extinct soon, and we will not get to see these tigers and lions. Okay, growth and there's a few points we will discuss about this. First of all, growth, respiration, excretion, reproduction, responsiveness to stimuli, movement, a definite lifespan, and a cellular structure are the characteristics of living things. So, what are the what are the characteristics of living things? Okay, what we are discussing, for we are discussing whatever we are learned in this chapter. We will revise all this, and in next class we will go for the question and answer. So first point is growth, respiration, excretion, reproduction, responsiveness to stimuli, movement, a definite lifespan, and a cellular structure are the characteristics of living things. Animals grow for a certain period for their life, that is called lifespan. Plants, however, grow as long as they live. Some plants are also there who can grow as long they live, but all the living beings are having a certain lifespan. Animals have specific organs for respiration, while plants respire through microscopic pores on their leaves and stems. क्या होता है, हमारे पास respiratory organs है, but plants do not have. They have a pores on their stems and the leaves through which they used to respire. Okay. The process of eliminating waste products from the body is called excretion. So, what is excretion? Excretion is the process of taking out the waste from the body is called excretion. All living things have an ability to reproduce. All the living things have ability to excrete and reproduce. Okay, so this is very important characteristics of living thing. Living things move because of their ability to respond to stimuli. Okay, what happened, they have a capability to respond, and they have a very stimulating body. Even the plants are having a very stimulating body, and that is the feature, and that's why what happened, it move also by the help of stimuli. Plants shows spontaneous movements, but they cannot leave their place and go elsewhere as animals do. Okay, plants show a spontaneous movement, but it cannot go from one place to another place. So that is called we all know that plants cannot move, but though it doesn't move, but it has response. Okay, for example, okay. Why response is a type of movement. You feel like suppose somebody has touched suppose you have touched the hot iron. What happened? Your hands will automatically move from there. Yes, so it means that response caused to the movement of organs, right? So in the same way, for what happened, like somebody told you that come here, it means like the sound goes in your ear, and this ear responses to that sound, and it struck to your mind that we have to go forward, you have to go near him. It means it's a type of response. In the same way, plant do response, but it is not like that it is moving from one place to another. It moves only at the place. Okay, you a very common example we have seen, that mimosa, when you will touch the mimosa, it will feel that somebody is touching, and it will curl the leaf. Plants show a spontaneous movement, they cannot leave their place and go elsewhere as animals do. Living things have a definite lifespan at the end of which they die. Many animals and plants are useful to us in our daily life. Some animals and plants can be harmful to us. Okay, so we just discussed it that some animals and plants are very useful to us. For example, like fenugreek, methi seeds, and lots of herbals plants, lots of medicinal plants are there, which is very important for our medicines. While some animals are also used for transport or used as a pet is very important to us. While some animals or the plants are very harmful. For example, cockroaches are very harmful for us. It causes infection, and plants are also some plants are also like dhatura is a poisonous in nature. Okay, so smallest unit of living thing is called cell. What is cell? Cell is the smallest unit of living thing, and all the living things are made up of cell. Okay, and the unit part of your body is known as cell. So and now there is a question and answer. So and in next class I'm going to start with this question and answer. So till the so now what you are going to do, you are going to just revise all the points which you have already studied in this chapter, so that you can, when we will discuss the question and answer, you can easily get the answers. Like is it is wrong or right, right? So in the next class we will discuss more question answers. So till the time, take care and bye bye.